Hey guys, it's Chris slash Monty Vaca, and this is my status update for day 5 of the F This Game Jam. And luckily, it is not 3 a.m. in the morning, thank goodness. I got to a stopping point slightly earlier tonight, plus, I'm getting pretty tired. I do not want to completely wonk myself out for tomorrow, which is actually going to be my last, probably my last, at least my last full day of working on this game because I go back to work on Thursday. So whatever the state this is in tomorrow is most likely the state that I'm going to end up uploading to the game jam. Which, yes, I'm a little worried about. I don't know how much of an actual game this is going to resemble, but what's worry about that bridge when I come to it. But yeah, so for tonight, let me show you what I got done today. There's a lot that I got done today, but I'm not sure how much of it is going to be readily apparent. A lot of stuff that was just fixing things and getting it working the way I wanted it working. So, um, okay, let's just go into it so that I don't waste time. So this is stuff that I've shown you guys before, just hiring these wrestlers. I need to go ahead and do this real quick so that I have some guys to work with. So give me a second, we'll hire a bunch of these guys. Also wanted to see if we happen to get... Okay, if you notice here, this wrestler did not like my offer of 40,000. I mentioned this before. What I noticed was with borderline offers, the way I've got it actually programmed, most likely he's probably gonna accept this next offer. And the reason that is because if the offer is close enough to what the wrestler feels he is owed, there's kind of a random chance element to it about how close it can be to the offer, etc. So if, like, I've noticed a lot of these wrestlers at this level, if I'm offering 40,000, if they happen to refuse the first offer because of the background dice roll, if you offer it to them again, they most likely are gonna take the second offer of 40,000. It's an interesting little quirk of the back end. I actually kind of like it. It kind of makes it seem like, oh well, I made them a low offer. They didn't want. They tried to refuse it, and then I'm like, oh well, that's it or nothing, and then they just they just accept it because they're desperate or whatever. So yeah, that's I think that's an interesting little twist. But okay. So anyway, moving on. This is the page that I spent most of the day working on. This is the calendar page, and this is actually what ends up being, after I finished with it, probably where most of the actual scheduling and gameplay is going to end up happening for the most part. For scheduling your wrestlers to do different things, scheduling events, etc., is going to take place on this screen. So inevitably, this screen ended up getting pretty complicated. I'll go through most of the interactions in a second. Just to let you know, up here there's a this button here that I've yet to actually like integrate into the actual art at all, and that this might not even be where it goes. But I just wanted this functionality on this page so I could show it to you guys. This button up here will end the day and move on to the next day. But before we get to that, let's take a look at what we've got on here. We've got a calendar with days. We have certain days that are actually blue highlighted that we can click on. What this means is if we click on one of these days, these have a venue open for it to allow us to actually schedule an event on. So we can see that Joey's Church, Jonathan's Grill, and Gerenta's Nightclub all have a venue available for rent. The nightclub seems to have the best number of seats and has the highest ticket price, which also means it's going to have the highest rental price for us. So we're going to go ahead and rent that. That automatically comes out of our total up top. But when we get to the 6, we should be getting a decent amount of money back. In addition to that part, which can be done here, I'm gonna go back in, and I haven't done it yet. But if we go back in, I would like to have it so that once you've actually scheduled an event, you can no longer click on it, but you can at the moment. On the right, we've got a legal pad nailed to the wall, and right now it's flashing up with telling us that we've got 9 idle wrestlers, nothing scheduled for them. So if we click on this, we can take a look at all of our wrestlers on our payroll and how many scheduled hours there are for today. So let's take a look at Jarek Jim. Let's schedule him some hours. So if we click on him, we have our 4 different activities at the moment. I'd like to add more, but right now this is all I've got. So let's give him some acting classes. Let's see who else is on here. Jeremiah Jet. Let's let him have some time off. We'll give him a few hours time off tomorrow. Sultan Shiva, we will do some public appearances for us. So they've got some 4 scheduled hours as well. Let's give this guy some just general training. And we'll just give the rest of these guys general training. Make sure everybody's got something. Give them some acting classes. So if we exit this, we now have 0 idle wrestlers, which is cool. You can continue scheduling. I don't have the back-end system in yet for, like, what I'd like to do is only allow you to schedule 8 hours normally for each wrestler, and then after that, having to pay them like overtime and possibly getting them more annoyed and less happy if you end up scheduling a bunch of stuff for them to do in one day. Also, I need to put some sort of physical limit on. Technically, we could sit here and go above the 24-hour mark, which, yeah, that's dumb. That should not be there. But okay, so we've got all that stuff scheduled. So if we end the day, we're gonna accrue that cost up here. So if we hit end, and yeah, so a decent chunk of money came out, as well as all our wrestlers are back to being idle. So we could continue to do that and ending the day. But I also, at the moment, do not have a day marker, which is something I plan to add tomorrow. So there will be a day marker as it ticks through here. I think we're on Tuesday now. We've got an event on Friday, so let's just go through that. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday's the event. So if we hit next, the event will be finished simulating, and we'll see how much money we got for it. All that stuff is happening in the background, and it also has none of the actual like planning of the event stuff inside of it, or the like reactions and stuff yet. That's hopefully something I'll try and get done tomorrow. We'll see. That's on the docket for tomorrow. So if we hit next, we get a decent chunk of cash back from that. And if you notice, that was the end of the week, so we are now on the next week's schedule. So if we plan another event and go through this, so that we're on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we get some money, and then we can end and go to the next one. So that's pretty much it. That's all I've done for today, and my plans again tomorrow to fix a little bit, clean up this page. This one's almost done, I feel like, but there's still a little bit of functionality. I'd like to get rid of this bar and stuff. Then the big thing on the docket is to try and get that event scheduling and all that story stuff that was kind of the point of this game. Try and get that in. It's going to be extremely work intensive to get some of the assets generated for that, so that's why I ended up kind of putting it off to the end, and most likely might not be able to finish that. I'd also like to redo the front page. There's the desire to do like a saving, which yeah, and as well as like tool tips and just some hints on exactly what these buttons do, because right now, yeah, I know how to do it, but I think some of it's intuitive, some of it is not. But yeah, so that's mainly it. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks.